Hi, I'm Alexander Stewart, and thank you for watching Music News. How am I enjoying my time in the UK? I love the UK. I've been here like 6 times now, and it's probably one of my favorite places to travel to, like in general. But every time I'm here, I'm like working and don't get to experience it. But yesterday I got to like wander around, and it's so beautiful. Last time I was here, I had like 2 days off, except on those 2 days I got wild food poisoning and was stuck in my hotel room the whole time. So yesterday was a blessing, and I love the UK and I love the culture, and I just think it's one of the best places in the entire planet, to be honest. Do I get much time off to explore? No. I'm kind of booked to the brim when I come here, so I find ways to explore, but I should probably talk to people to tell them that I need more time to like experience the places that I'm going. Like on this whole tour, I have like just like very limited times where I can like go explore and have fun and do things that I really want to do. So I have to like ask locals in every place, like, all right, I got an hour. What's the best way to experience this city? Tell us about your recent single, Blames on Me. So Blames on Me is by far the most vulnerable song I've ever put out. It's about me being in the wrong in a relationship, and when the relationship ended, it was probably like 6 months ago now, or longer than that. And when it ended, you know, when you experience heartbreak, you can either really feel it or you can turn it into a little ball and put it in your pocket. I did the latter. I put it in my pocket, and then about 3 months later, I started to experience the heartbreak, very delayed heartbreak. And then a month after that, I started to realize that it was my fault, which was not an amazing feeling. So I walked to the studio and sat on the couch with 2 of my favorite collaborators ever, and wrote the song. And it happened really quickly, and it was extremely emotional, but I'm very happy I did it, and taking accountability is good, is what I've learned. What can we expect from the debut album? A lot more honesty and vulnerability, I think. After writing Blames on Me, I feel like it kind of opened up a part of what I want to talk about, what I'm like, not willing to talk about, but ready to talk about, in just a much more vulnerable way. Telling my experience, not trying to play the victim at all. A lot of my music before is very like, I'm the victim, but it's true, I got broken up with a bunch of times. It's all I kind of knew. And so this time I just kind of want to tell these stories of heartbreak from a different perspective that I think and I hope people will relate to. Are there any themes running through the album? Yeah, heartbreak. All my music is really sad, as that is the most powerful emotion for me, at least. So whenever I get heartbroken, I tend to just sort of live in a recording studio and write a bunch of songs about it from every perspective I can. But also, there are some pretty introspective songs on there about just me in general in my life and things that I want to talk about, but you'll have to listen to it to hear them. How would I sum up my musical style? Wow, that's actually a really good question. The answer is I don't really fully know. I think it's kind of changing at all times. When you get right down to it, like the actual technicality of it, it's all kind of based off real instruments and vocals and kind of minimal production because I want to story tell. And that's just my favorite part of the entire job, is that I get to tell my stories through music. I guess that's how I would sum it up. What's my songwriting process? Well, number 1, feel a really strong emotion. Number 2, go to the studio. Number 3, typically I start with melodies before lyrics, but that is so individual for everyone who writes songs. And then I'll sit there and try to figure out how I want to say everything. And I'll put the words to the music, and it sometimes takes freaking 30 minutes, or sometimes it takes 30 hours, but there's no like rush or timeline ever. It's just feel an emotion and write a song. Who are my heroes in music? I have one that really jumps out immediately, and that is Sam Smith. Their album In the Lonely Hour was the first album I ever bought and listened to and really connected to. I think you can probably still hear a lot of influence in my music today from that album, and yeah, absolutely Sam Smith. When did I first realize that music is what I wanted to do? Probably when I was, sounds ridiculous, but 7. I grew up going to church in Toronto, and my parents had me sing "O Canada" for the congregation, and I loved it. And from then I went on to do just a lot of choir and touring choirs, and then sort of fell out of love with that, and then sort of got lost for a second and found pop music, and it just kind of my whole life since that first "O Canada" in church, which is the national anthem, it's just been a different journey towards the same goal. For someone unfamiliar with my work, what 3 songs should they check out? Oh, that's really hard. Echo, if you're looking for something a little more, what's the word? I sound like so stupid right now. Echo, if you're looking for something a little more fun, but also sad. House of Cards, because that song is extremely special to me, because it's the first song I put out that felt really authentically myself. Not the first song I put out, but it was about 2 years ago, but it finally felt like I'd said something I really, really, really wanted to say. And then Blame's on Me, because that's sort of the new era I'm in of trying to be as honest as I can be for myself and for everybody. Any message for music news viewers out there? I would like to say, be so open to new artists, because there are so many dope, incredible artists out there that do not get the recognition they deserve. And it's really up to us, like everybody in this world, to just sort of be open to hearing new music and falling in love with new music and supporting artists that just so deserve it. That's what I would say. Try to dig and find really, really cool artists, because I guarantee you will. And you'll find artists you've never heard of that make music that speaks to you in ways it's never spoken to you before.